So, I should still focus on Koraidon. That was my intention the whole time. I had a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction to, well, I must go Calyrex Shadow Rider because I lost 3 matches in a row. Oh no. But yeah, I've been intending to run Choice Band Koraidon. Just because it didn't work a little bit just means I need to edit the team a little bit. So, I had a rethink about what I could put on the team. This is one of the main things, that I could change this to Hex over Shadow Ball, because now I have 3 ways of statusing. So, I've got Brute Bonnet, that I think could be very good, and is like proved a little bit already. Spore can get the Hex going. Now I've got a Gouging Fire, Burning Bulwark can get it going, and it could be either a Thunder Waving Grimmsnarl over Scary Face, or this Monkey Dory can get some poisons. So then the Hex can actually be pretty sweet. Hex still OHKOs Calyrex Shadow Rider, without it being doubled in power. But then it can do massive damage if I do get the status, and I've got 3 ways of doing it now. Guardian Fire is the other main one. So Volcarona seemed like a pretty good setup Pokemon. It seemed like a pretty good support Pokemon. If I have Brute Bonnet, I don't need Volcarona to be a support Pokemon as much, because I've still got the Rage Powder here. And Gouging Fire, in the sun, is actually basically as strong as Volcarona is after a +1, and also it needs to have the Flame Plate to match that as well. So, getting the Photosynthesis, and then also just being in the sun, Heat Crash does a lot of damage. I can still make it so that I outspeed a Choice Scarf Chi-Yu and still get the attack boost, which is really nice. And then I can just Dragon Dance up and outspeed everything and theoretically OHKO everything. I didn't consider Gouging Fire at the start because, like, it's kind of the same thing as Koraidon. But I got Choice Band on Koraidon here, so the Clear Amulet is completely free. I get the Photosynthesis because of the sun, I don't need the booster energy. So this is kind of almost like the Koraidon would have been, were I just the regular Clear Amulet. But then I also get a super powerful banded Koraidon on top of that. So I think that this actually does make a lot of sense to have both of them together. I didn't consider it at the start because of it seemed like a very big crossover. But then thinking about it, other weathers, people have run Tyranitar and Lycanroc. They do the same thing. Both of them just spam Rock Slide. You've had like Pelipper or Politoed with a Swift Swimmer, and they basically just spam water moves. What's wrong with just spamming fire moves from Koraidon and Gouging Fire as well? Given that this has so much damage coming from it, there's a couple of Pokemon that Heat Crash obviously is worse against. Calyrex Ice Rider would be the big one that I would need Flare Blitz for, but for the most part, Calyrex Ice Rider is just going to Terra into a Water or a Fire type, and then it doesn't matter about going for the Fire move. So I definitely think I want Heat Crash over Flare Blitz on here. I want Flare Blitz here because Koraidon's only 300 and something kilograms, whereas this is like closing in on 600, so the Heat Crash is way more significant on Gouging Fire. But yeah, I feel like this could be a good Pokemon. So I'm going to be testing it out. I don't have as many special attacks anymore. Were I to have Grimmsnarl over Monkey Dory, I'd only have 2 special attackers. But that's why I'm leaning. One of the reasons why I'm hoping that Monkey Dory is correct over Grimmsnarl, were I to have a fake out Pokemon in this slot, because I do generally prefer to have like 3 and 3 of physical and special attacker. And if I've got something like Fake Tears or Howl, which I could have on the Gouging Fire, I might need to test out Howl. But the damage output from attack boosting Gouging Fire is pretty sweet. Monkey Dory, I still would like it to be a Worlds Pokemon just because it would be funny if the worst Legendary did well at Worlds. But I will still test out this Assault Vest set, I think. Because I'm pretty sure I do want Fake Out on the team. Walk and Wake's still the same. So yeah, I'll go and test this now. Hopefully it will do good things. So I definitely could just have Grimmsnarl still over Monkey Dory, and now that I have Hex on the Golden Go, I would change to Thunder Wave over Scary Face. I don't think I mentioned that I changed the spread as well. So I need Monkey Dory to outspeed Golden Go so that I can get a poison into a Hex, and I had no free EVs. Like, this is perfectly balanced. I couldn't increase the speed by 1 because I sacrificed something significant. If I had like 12 special attack, I would have been able to drop that and put it in, but I can't. So then I reconsidered. It's like Golden Go, well, it's now slower than Pelipper. Well, now I might as well just try out a super bulky one. So this can live an Astral Barrage from a non-set-up Calyrex. So, right, what we got here? Carmine's Kyogre is picking up a little bit. So, do need to keep that in mind. Alright. I think my Brute Bonnet's pretty good as a lead here. Obviously, I want Koraidon in the back. I want Walking Wake. I think I will lead with it. And finally, Gouging Fire is actually pretty good against everything that's not Kyogre. But Monkey Dory gets the pivoting. I'm going to go Monkey Dory first. That's alright. Okay, so it is Choice Band. Would my defensive Brute Bonnet be able to survive that? I do not know. Would I need to Terra Fairy just to get a Spore off? Because if I do Terra Fairy, I definitely get a Spore off. I think it's worth it. Ooh, I would have just not survived. So, that was a useful Terra Fairy. Now that's asleep, that's good. If they're bringing Kyogre, this is the easiest switch into Koraidon ever. However, they're going to go for Terra Grass now. So, so then the Brute Bonnet wouldn't be as useful. I'm going to switch to Koraidon and I'm going to Hydro Steam and Tornadus. Because I can just close combat the Kyogre. Yeah, that was the Terra Grass. Down to Sash and surely a Calm Mind. Yeah, but now, ooh, I can actually U-turn it as well. And my Walking Wake outsped. That's pretty sweet. What do U-turn get the Kyogre? Play the Sleep turns here. Because Ice Beam won't get me, but Bleak Wind Storm into Ice Beam will get me. I think I'm going to play the Sleep turns here. That's good. Because they can't Oko me. Ice Beam won't get me. Like so. And then massive, whoa, massive damage. Then I will go into Monkey Dory to be able to Fake Out. Pretty sure the game is just over at this point. So I'll go back to Brute Bonnet and Protect. And that does not do much in the sun, and yes, the game is definitely over. It was Hydro Steam here, it was Sucker Punch here, and the game is over. So, oh, I think I need to update this. I haven't updated this. I'll put the replays in for now. Just so that they're preserved, and then I'll update the pace later. So, okay, that was a good start. So, I feel like they might be more inclined to go for Terra Normal next time if they lead with Entei. I'm going to lead with Monkey Dory and Walking Wake this time, I think. No, they went with the same thing. Because this means that I can go for Fake Out here and Hydro Steam here. And if they commit the Terra Normal, fair enough. Well, I could consider just Sludge Bomb and Hydro Steam and then their Terra is used straight away. That'd be worth. Extreme Sweep will still do a lot. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Yeah, Terra Normal. Because that's a lot, but it's not enough. Ooh, we get lucky with a double dodge. I'll take that. Because this wouldn't have KO'd the Entei otherwise. So I will take that for sure. There's the Kyogre. So, why have they got Sunny Day? I've only just noticed that. Why have they got Sunny Day for Rain Dance? That means I can just hard switch to Koraidon then. What's the best way of doing it? Because I want to break the Sash. I want to U-turn it. I suspect they will just Bleak Wind Storm here. Because Koraidon switch in makes a lot of sense. I'm going to double here. They just Tailwind, so that's fine. Sash broken. And then Koraidon, Monkey Dory, and then they can just double protect here. So I'm going to go Brute Bonnet and fake out the Tornadus, like so, as they switch out. That's good. Then Knockoff won't KO this. Knockoff into Bleak Windstorm might. It would be close. I don't need my Terra for anything else, so I think Terra... Ooh, no, Terra Poison would allow Monkey Dory to survive for sure. Because Brute Bonnet's surviving the turn. Yeah, I'll safety goggles. Yeah, I'll attempt to Spore here. And I will attempt to U-turn here. That's fine. That was a good chunk. And then they didn't read the team sheet, so the game is basically over at this point. I can't Terrafire my Koraidon anymore. That's the only thing, so they can go for a Will-O-Wisp here. But if they go for a Will-O-Wisp, I can go Monkey Dory. I can Flare Blitz, still KO the Tornadus. No, I can't because they get the rain. That was silly. Close combat would have probably ended the game as well. I will play the odds with the sleep. So if they stay asleep, the game is just over. Like so, because now I can Sludge Bomb here and hard switch to Brute Bonnet, and then 2 close combats wins the game. And they realise. Nice. I think that was a little bit messy on my end at the end, but that still worked out perfectly fine. And the Covert Cloak already coming into play on Brute Bonnet, which is nice. Okay. So just Frigoraph over Pelipper. This is theoretically where Brute Bonnet is going to be good. We will have to see. So Brute Bonnet, and now that I've switched up the team a bit, I think Brute Bonnet and Koraidon, Golden Go, and let's Focus Sash here. Strategy makes sense. I'm going to go Monkey Dory to stall out. No Flare Blitz is good. Still wondering if people are going to bring Urshifu against me now. Like, I've switched up the team even more, and surely Urshifu is even worse now against me. But we will see. Very reasonable. Because now, ooh, I could just close combat Oko this Raging Bolt, right? Pretty sure it's a KO. That's fine. Yeah, doesn't really bother me. I'll do exactly the same thing. If they hard switch to Incineroar, if they hard switch to Incineroar, actually. So I'm going to Spore and Close Combat the Calyrex this time, because then it covers the Incineroar switching because it would Oko, and the Spore then go into the Raging Bolt instead. And if I lose Koraidon to the Draco, fair enough, I get to Nasty Plot with my Golden Go and potentially sweep. And if they switch into Incineroar like this, then I'm trading my Koraidon for both the Incineroar and a Spore on Raging Bolt. Or not. Is that preferable? I don't know if that's preferable. I mean, I'll take it. They can't do anything there. So yeah, I think I'll just close combat again, because that will two-shot the Raging Bolt. They outspeed with the Frigoraph. That's better for me, I think. So I get to set up with my Golden Go now. So I get a Seed Bomb off here and a guaranteed Nasty Plot. Thunderbolt won't KO the Golden Go. about to say I was surprised the Psychic Noise Oko, but then I remembered I'm -3 at this point, so easy Oko. If they don't wake up, the game is surely just straight up over. Could have terrified the Rhydon, and I would have lived there for sure. Nice chip. Then I will C-Bomb and Terra, and this. Oh, fair enough, they stay asleep. Trying to Thunderclap, but this is a, yep, double KO. They haven't Terra'd yet, have they? No, they haven't. So it's Spore here and Nasty Plot. And then it is C-Bomb and Hex. And already the Hex is nice. Very good. So Brute Bonnet proving its worth already, which is very nice. Definitely still leading it. Can I switch it up to Golden Go? No, I think Rhydon's still a very good lead. I didn't need my last Pokemon. They brought Froggrass, so Munkidori wouldn't be as effective. But if I KO the Froggrass, Munkidori is effective. This is reasonable. I will do this and attempt to just KO the Incineroar, I think. They commit Terra Ghost, then they can't tear it out of my Golden Go with Calyrex. But I'm covert cloak, so they can't fake out the Brute Bonnet. I should still outspeed most Calyrex with just 4. Oh, they did commit the Terra Ghost. That was interesting. Oh, ooh, that's smart. That was good. However, they are not really doing much damage now, so that was cool. I can't do that. If I'd have just flared this, that'd have been cool. It's the best way around of doing this then. So I do need to preserve my Koraidon, so I will get some damage here and I'll switch to Munkidori. That's alright, because the Calyrex really isn't doing much. Yeah, that's pathetic. So I'm not sure that was worth from them. Yeah, I just need to get my Golden Go into position now. And I think I can pretty easily do that. So I will attempt to Spore here, and if they just go back into Incineroar, I don't particularly care. Because again, that's not doing that much. That's fine. We'll get a Poison instead. Nope, that's fine. So 2 turns after this. Yeah, I'll be able to Nasty Plot. I need to Terra Steel so that the knockoff doesn't do as much. Yeah, I'll Rage Powder and Terra Steel Nasty Plot. I could have just got some C-Bomb chip, but that's fine. Because the knockoff doesn't do much. I get to just go for Protect next turn and then I'm sorted. So a little bit of chip into the Incineroar. Should I Sucker Punch? No, in case they hard switch. And I've got a Pokemon to help out the Golden Go next turn anyway, so. Oh, can you imagine if I spoiled that slot? This is fine, because I can still go for Rage Powder and make it rain. And that should KO the Incineroar. Thunderclap shouldn't be it. Like, my Golden Go is now really bulky. Thunderclap won't get my Golden Go. I don't have Iron Plate anymore, but I should still Oko Incineroar because I'm Terra Steel. That's perfectly fine. So, do I get the Ferrograph? That's the key point now. I attempt to Spore here. Make it rain. But they do outspeed. Okay, Golden Go needs to be strong enough, but I'm not sure it will be without the Iron Plate. Yeah, not without the Iron Plate. So, this might actually be a loss then. Although my Golden Go underspeeds their Raging Bolt, which is important. So I'll U-turn and make it rain again. And I'll be able to fake out. Okay, that's not going to KO. And they didn't Thunderclap, so I get a double KO. Oh, but then I don't get to U-turn. That's alright. They're a burn Calyrex. They can't get me in one. So I get to U-turn and make it rain here, and then... Oh, no, Hex is better. Is Hex better? I'm Terra Steel. No, make it rain's better. So, yeah, U-turn and make it rain. And the burn was cool, but it limited them too much, it seems. So... Sweet. I need to be able to beat Calyrex Ice Rider teams, and that one was not uncomfortable. So I'll take that for sure. And then after this, between recordings at least, I'll be having a few days of making the most of my holidays. So I'm on my summer break for school now, so... I will be away from my computer, but I will definitely still be practicing. I guess Grimmsnarl would have technically been better in that matchup because I could have foul played stuff, but Monkey Dory was still good. There we go, another Kyogre. And it's just Mystic Water. Okay. I reckon Kyogre's going to be like a little bit more popular than it has been at previous tournaments at Worlds. Does seem like it would be a good Worlds Pokemon. Right, so... Go Brew Bonnet and Walking Wake. Obviously Koraidon. And... Archaludon is not the most ideal thing for me. If I allowed it to get too many boosts, because Gouging Fire doesn't do very well. Heat Crash would still be 120. Monkey Dory doesn't hit it at all, and can't poison it. Golden Go would do okay. They do have Frigoraph to block priority as well. Okay, I'm going Gouging Fire. Like, it's a fire type that water is neutral against it, so it's not actually too bad. What Terra were they? They were Terra Grass, that's fine. I don't think you need to lead with both. That seems a bit odd. Well, Spore here. And which one do I attack? I'm going to double the Tornadus. They are just attacking, but they're a bulky one. I'll take a crit, because that puts them in range of Sucker Punch, maybe. Because they're not going to KO with Hyper Voice. Are they going for Trick Room? No, they're just a slow photograph. That's pretty good for me. Because I've got guaranteed KO into Tornadus here and a guaranteed Spore here. There is nothing they can do. I will Dragon Pulse to cover for a switch. Although, no, Dragon Pulse is slightly stronger than Hydro Steam. So the crit means that this Dragon Pulse is guaranteed KO. Supposedly, with rolls and all that. Okay, so this is fine as a start. Landorus. Means I do want to Koraidon switch in and a Hydro Steam. It covers the Terra Poison. This should do loads. And we'll never know. It was a crit, so fine. And they didn't even bring Kyogre. Wow. And they're Terra Normal, so close combat is just a guarantee KO. So, not sure about that one for them. But then I'll just Hydro Steam here. That's still loads. Wow. And then Brute Bonnet, not to reveal my last one. Yeah, not sure about Terra Normal there. I understand it's for Calyrex Shadow Rider, but do you have Snarl? If you had Snarl, I would understand that a bit more. But yeah, you're still weak to fighting. So that's interesting that Koraidon put them off enough that they didn't even bring Kyogre. But the Tornadus and Photograph lead was a bit too passive, in my opinion. I would suspect that they would lead with Landorus here so that they can Sludge Bomb my Brute Bonnet. And I would actually like to know if that's a KO or not. I reckon it would be close. I think they won't bring Photograph here because I didn't bring any priority. Like, the only priority I have is Sucker Punch here, which doesn't really matter, and Fake Out. So I don't think they'd bring Photograph. The funny thing is my Koraidon speed ties with Landorus, but I don't have room for EVs elsewhere. We'll go with the same thing, and I still want to bring Gouging Fire. Oh, they didn't. Oh, okay. I guess they're expecting to U-turn the Brute Bonnet for some good damage. I'm going to go Koraidon, and I'm expecting a Bleak Wind Storm here, and I'm just going to snipe the Tornadus, hopefully. Oh, it was just Tailwind. Yeah, just U-turn. That's fine. Because yes, here is Kyogre, but massive damage. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because the crit didn't do enough, did it? Okay. Miscalculated that one. They get to Bleak Wind Storm here. What's it worth going for? I doubt my Koraidon would survive the Water Spout and Bleak Wind Storm. So I sack something. I'll sack Gouging Fire here. I will not sack Gouging Fire here. What? That was a weird move. Well, I will Breaking Swipe KO the Tornadus, and apparently not. I could have Dragon Lanced, but that's fine. Yeah, I'll take this. This is pretty decent. That's good damage. See Burning Bulwark, now switch to Walking Wake. Yeah, that's fine. Because this gets the Sandsith Storm going for them, but that's perfectly fine with me. Because I threaten now the Oko into Landorus. Which means they should switch to Rillaboom. They should switch to Rillaboom here. All that's acceptable as well. And that's very acceptable. I'm getting a little bit lucky here. Shame I didn't Dragon Dance, but yeah, that was decent. Yep, always crit, I agree. So, sack the Walking Wake here. So he gets Tailwind and Sandstorm. Storm. There's nothing I can do about it. And then I could go Koraidon to hopefully dodge, but I think Brute Bonnet is smarter. Yeah, because the Kyogre's gone, so I go for this. That works out pretty well. That works out really well. So now, U-turn won't beat my Brute Bonnet, which is good. I will attempt to U-turn here. And just get damage into Landorus. Yeah, just get damage into Landorus. So I can see Bomb into Sucker Punch will KO Landorus from here. Fake Out is reasonable. Come on, Brute Bonnet, you got this. Oh yeah, that's easily in range. So then that means I can absolutely just go for U-turn and Sucker Punch here. And now the Brute Bonnet is pinning down the Landorus. That's good. U-turn won't KO with my defense boost. U-turn will KO. And game is over. So I did get a little bit lucky with the critical hits there. Hopefully, that's what's going to happen at Worlds. But yeah, now I'm going to do, like the rating will probably change. I'm going to do probably lots of practice on my phone because I've got 8 hours worth of train journeys across the few days that I'll be away. So hopefully I've worked out what's going to be much closer to my Worlds team at that point, because then I can just hard focus on it. I do want it to be Monkey Dory over Grimmsnarl.